like to call the meeting to order and welcome everyone to the Laverne Planning Commission, August 26, 2025 at 6 p.m. meeting. We do have a quorum. First item of business is to approve the meeting minutes from the July 29th, 2025 regular meeting and the August 12th, 2025 workshop. Entertain a motion.
Motion to approve as submitted.
We have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Mr. Logan, are there any comments this afternoon?
No, sir.
Perfect. We will move on to item number 3. Site plan, Smoke Club 13, new building of 2,759 square feet on 0.42 acres, requested by Dean Design Group. Property located at 5234 Murfreesboro Road, tax map 15M, Group C, parcel 6. C2 Highway Service Zoning District, property owned by Smoke Club 13, LLC. Mr. Logan.
Thanks. So this request for site plan approval, you may remember from a couple weeks ago, I mentioned that they submitted in May, and they were here for the May and June workshops. And then after that, we didn't hear from them, and so staff reached out to them, and they've not engaged with the city since the last week of June. So they had a deferral in May, June, July, which exhausted their deferrals. And then, of course, the way the bylaws state, the 4th month, it has to be voted on by the Planning Commission. So that's where we are tonight, is in the 4th month.
Very good. Do we have any questions for staff?
Ms. Logan, we had no response from them at all? Nothing?
No response at all, none.
Then, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion to deny the site plan due to the 17 items as listed in the staff reports.
I have a motion to deny based on the 17 outstanding items. Do we have a second?
Second.
I have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Item number 4. Final Pat Bola Gabrielle subdivision, 2 lots on 5.04 acres requested by Huddleston Steel. Property located on Hollandale Road, tax map 14, parcel 23.2. R1 Low Density Residential Zoning District, property owned by Bola Gabrielle and Miriam Gerges. Mr. Logan.
So this is a request for final plat approval. This is the Bola Gabrielle subdivision. And you can see there on the screen, this is on the east side of, I believe that's Hollandale Road. So address, I believe is 5508 Hollandale. But this property is zoned residential. You can see on the zoning map, it's R1 low density zoning, which is all the orange color. And the property is 5.04 acres. This is a photo of the home that's existing on the property. And one more photo here with the front yard, and this is Hollandale to the left. So moving on to the plat, they are requesting 2 lots that you can see here on the screen. So lot 1 has the existing home and the existing driveway. And then lot 2, more or less is a flag lot, and lot 2 would go behind lot 1. And it would be 3.17 acres, and that's for lot 2, and then lot 1 would be 1.87 acres. And there's no planning comments left. Actually, I believe there may not.
No, I do have comments.
Oh, Mr. Light has a comment. Sorry, I'll turn it over to him.
All right, so we've been working with the applicant, and in terms of creating a document that meets the criteria for a recordable plat, they have satisfied all of those. However, we are still creating a lot that is not served by sewer, which is less of an engineering issue than a legal one, so I would recommend you get the opinion of legal counsel.
Thank you, sir. Counsel, if you'd mind.
So there are 2 provisions in the subdivision regs that prohibit this plat being approved tonight. So those are sections 2-105.1 subsection 10 and 3-104.3 subsection 3. And both of those have to do with the availability of sewer or a septic alternative. My understanding from speaking with Mr. Alide is that TDEC has opined that a sewer system would not be compatible with this site, and there is no sewer. So to approve this lot would render it undevelopable at this point. So for that reason, I would recommend that the planning commission not, or deny this request.
Very good. Any questions or comments for staff or council?
Is anyone here to represent this?
Do we have a representative here this evening? Ma'am, if you would, please come to the podium. State your name and address for the record.
Okay, last time you gave us like 2 comments to get like an easement for the driveway, another easement for the septic tank in the back. And we are aware that this lot not gonna be buildable. We are aware of that. We just wanna keep it and sell the house until you get the sewer right later on. We understand. It's not buildable. And last time you gave us 2 provision or 2 comments we approved, and we covered that already.
Yes, ma'am. That was during the workshop meeting, and we were trying to get all of our ducks in a row, so to say, so that we were doing it correctly. But legal counsel has advised us otherwise, so we will have to proceed with the advice of legal counsel. And there's kind of an impasse at this point. My apologies.
You didn't told us about this last time.
We didn't know about this last time. That's why we referred it to council to find out, to make sure that we were doing everything 100% correctly. And that's where we're at.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Any other questions or comments? With that, I will entertain a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a motion to deny as submitted to do section 2-01-5 and 3-013. Those were the 2 that you quoted?
It's section 2-105.1 subsection 10 and 3-104.3 subsection 3.
That'd be part of my motion.
So we have a motion on the table. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Item number 5, site plan 7 Brew, 2 new buildings of 510 and 238 square feet on 0.66 acres, requested by Matthew Miller. Property located at 5345 Murfreesboro Road, tax map 15M, Group C, parcel 6, C2 Highway Surface Zoning District, property owned by Who Brew LLC. Mr. Logan.
So this is the request for site plan approval for the 7 Brew, and properties located here on Murfreesboro Road in front of the Mid-South Carpenters Training School or Training Trust. So if we zoom in, this blue line here is outlining the property. So the Carpenter School's to the top left corner, and then this is what was Miracle Baptist Church. I believe now it's Emmanuel Baptist. So the church property is on the southeast side, and then Murfreesboro Road's at the bottom of the screen. And the zoning here is C2, Highway Service Commercial, so there's no issue there. These are some site photos. And then moving on to the site plan. So I think by now everybody's seen the site plan several times, but the traffic will queue like basically any other normal establishment or restaurant of this type. And then the access drive in the back, of course, was widened since they first submitted in early summer. So there's a nice wide area there for traffic to move in and out there at the rear of the property. They do have their sidewalk, of course, requirement of Murfreesboro Road. That's shown. This diagram shows the dual drive-through and the queuing of the vehicles. And of course, they've met the landscaping requirements. And then this is the same slide from previous months with the materials board and materials. And then these are the architectural elevations, so zoom into those. And nothing's changed since the last month with the architectural elevations. There's another perspective. And I believe there's no outstanding planning comments, and I don't see any other comments from the other departments, so that completes the report. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Do we have any questions or comments for staff or the applicant on this item?
I appreciate the applicant working with this board and getting things straightened out as we need them, and with that, I'll make a motion to accept as submitted.
We have a motion to accept as submitted. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. On to item number 6. Final plat, Lake Woods, Phase 11. 18 lots on 6.52 acres requested by Womble and Associates. Property located on Earlene Jones Drive, tax map 6, parcel 2.01. R2 medium density residential zoning district. Property owned by Adnan Shriedman, Near Homes, Inc. Mr. Logan.
So this is a request for final plat at Lake Woods, and this is a request for 18 lots on 6.5 acres. So this is in the north part of Laverne. You can see here on the screen. Stones River Road is to the left on this image. Then this is the Bondwood subdivision. So this is sandwiched in between the built-out section of Lake Forest and Bondwood. And of course, there's 2 large parcels here, and this is the first one to develop. And zooming in, you can see the homes on Earlene Jones Drive. So it's a cul-de-sac that's existing with existing homes. And then this tract that's on the plat tonight is a heavily wooded area, no structures, and it's undeveloped. This map shows the R2, this darker red or brick color is R2 medium density zoning. And here's some site photos. And then the plat is on the screen right now, and you can see the ingress egress for the new lots will be off of Earlene Jones Drive. And then immediately on the right, this corner lot is the stormwater detention area. And then you would move on into the side on this cul-de-sac, which is Colonel Yates Drive, and then the other street to be constructed basically will run north and south. And I believe it's called Gilead Shafar or Shafir Drive. So at the end of it would be a stub out, more or less, for future development for the adjoining parcel. So they are showing this cul-de-sac, but it would be designed to connect to the neighboring property for the future. Again, this is 18 lots, and there's no remaining staff comments. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Do we have any questions or comments?
One question for the engineer, if I could, please.
If you would, sir, please come to the podium, state your name and address for the record.
Danny Womble, 216 Centerview Drive, Brentwood, Tennessee.
Thank you, sir.
Small, just a question. On the site OS-1, the detention area with the injection wells, who's going to be responsible for that at the end of the day?
Well, there'll have to be a homeowner association set up to maintain the detention pond and the injection wells and the landscaping that will be in it and around it.
Sure, thank you.
Very good, thank you. Any other questions or comments?
I have one. Lot number 1114, the shape of it, is that buildable all the way back, meet all the setbacks?
It is. It's a 10,000 square foot lot, and it is buildable.
Any further questions? We will entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve as submitted.
A motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Second.
A second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. Thank you, sir. Item number 7. Recommendation to the Board of Mayor and Aldermen rezoning of property requested by Anthony Eubanks. 0.60 acres, property located at 130 Old Waldron Road, tax map 15M Group E, parcel 11, current zoning district R1 low density residential zoning district, proposed zoning district C2 highway service commercial zoning district, property owned by Hamid Durrani. Mr. Logan.
So this is a request for rezoning. This is 130 Old Waldron Road, and it's here in the center of the screen. This is on the more or less 90-degree curve on Old Waldron Road, and it's also at the intersection of Lytle Street, and I think most of y'all are familiar with Lytle Street. The TDS facility is directly across the street from this address, so that's the TDS is where I'm pointing here. And the large white area to the top left is Maxim Crane, so that's zoned I-2 behind this property. Zooming in, you see the roof and of the existing home, and then in the rear is a shed that's, I think, been there for a very long time, and it used to be some small engine repair many years ago. And this, across the way, you can see the TDS site across the street. So the orange color is low-density residential, R1. So you can see, I'll zoom in, see a little bit better on Old Waldron, but so this corner lot is the one requesting rezoning, and this entire side of the street is R1 low density, as is the other side of the street. And you don't get to the C2 until you get back a couple blocks back toward Old Nashville Highway. And then, of course, behind it is the I-2 Maxim Crane. And this is a photo of the existing home that's on the lot. And then this is another photo. So Lytle Street is straight ahead where I'm pointing. And then this is a survey provided by the applicant. And it shows existing dwelling closer to Old Waldron, the shed that I mentioned earlier that borders the Maxim Crane property, and then there's a smaller shed to the north on that property line. And then the other square is just a concrete pad. So I think I've already covered the zoning of the original of the adjoining properties, but I did have a conversation with Mr. Eubanks. I believe it was the day after or 2 days after the workshop, because they had mentioned at the last meeting about possible uses in the future would include storage. So once I looked that up in C2, which is what they're requesting, I found that warehousing and wholesale sales and office are allowed outright in C2. That's wholesale sales and office. But warehousing requires a 50-foot buffer on all sides. So given that this is a relatively small lot, any kind of storage or warehousing wouldn't be allowed because they couldn't meet the 50-foot buffer. So I did have a conversation with Mr. Eubanks about that and explained that, you know, if office or wholesale sales was something, you know, that they decided on, that C2 does allow that, but not the storage and warehousing. And other than that, that completes the report. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Eubanks, would you mind coming to the podium, stating your name and address for the record, sir?
Anthony Eubanks, 1401 Litton Avenue, Nashville, Tennessee.
Yes, sir. How do you feel about that conversation you had with Mr. Logan in regards to uses?
Well, I mean, that's the way that it is. If that's what the rules say, then we have to stay within that border. I did have a conversation to where they said that we could put a mechanic shop in the building, but we couldn't do no major work like engines exchange and nothing like that. But we could do brake jobs, tune-ups, stuff like that. And then I had one other question. I think I asked it today. It wasn't to him.
Probably with me, Mr. Eubanks. I spoke with you on the phone yesterday.
Yeah. And it was about, was it possible that we could put a granite shop in there where, we build homes and stuff to where we could, use it, small stuff like kitchen countertops, islands, bathroom vanities, nothing real big. And he said I couldn't do that. But if we can do the mechanic shop with the small repairs and stuff, I believe we can redeem money back from that. But the other stuff, is too much out of the way in order to have some type of success in redeeming our investment.
Okay. Any questions or comments?
I mean, do you understand the setbacks is really going to shrink down your lot dramatically, depending on what you put in there? I mean, at the moment, you got your existing dwelling is 31 feet from the property line. If you add another 20 feet, you're going to really have a very small area where you can put a building on this property, very small.
Okay, and the other discussion I had was too, is that your setbacks doesn't intrude in on the footprint of the building. So if that doesn't intrude in the footprint of the building, then you have a pretty nice sized building. You still have one in the range of maybe not 2,000 square foot, but maybe 1,500, something like that. But we can squeeze it in as much as we can.
Well, my suggestion to you is if you get your survey guy, John Allen Hood, I would recommend you get with him and get him to put the survey lines on this property and see what you have to work with.
Okay.
Because if we move forward with this and the rezoning goes ahead, and then all of a sudden you don't get what you want on there, it's going to be an issue. So my comment or my recommendation is get with Mr. Hood, your survey, put the lines on there and see what you've actually got before you move forward.
Okay, that'll work.
I mean, that's my
Yeah, we
my
can do
thought.
that.
I'm mostly feel the same way. I'd kind of like to be able to see the footprint of what you have left after all the setbacks to or fro.
Well, that's what I tried to get him to do before I come down here, because Mr. Logan emailed me all the setbacks, and I emailed that to him. And then using the setbacks, I requested him to put as large a footprint that he could possibly get in the space that's left. And so he didn't get that to me today, as obvious, but we'll have it next time.
So would you be amenable to keep on the agenda to defer this, and then you come back in a couple of weeks to the workshop with your drawings, then we can discuss more? You're okay with that?
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make a recommendation to do a deferral for 1 month.
We have a motion for a deferral till next month. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. We will see you at workshop. Please have that for us, sir.
All right, y'all have a great rest of the day.
Thank you very much, sir. Item number 8 is deferred, Mr. Logan,
That is correct.
and item number 9 is deferred as well.
Yes, sir.
So we will move on to item number 10, bonds and letters of credit.
Good
Ma'am,
evening, Commissioners. You guys should all have the bond list in front of you, and it is current and up to date. Any
questions or comments? Thank you very much, ma'am. And with that, thank you everyone for your time. Meeting adjourned.